It's game time. Welcome to the Sports Bants and Prosecco.
It's like,
So
made a few wrong bets.
Didn't say nothing enough.
Nah, I've been talking about old people. So there was a documentary. On Channel 4 on Trump versus Harris. Right. So I was watching it last night. I haven't finished, but it's quite interesting. I like to watch stuff on politics, as you know. You love your
my friend,
politics,
get to the point.
I love politics. Can you hear the shade? I'm on a podcast.
It's like you're inclined.
Wait.
I'm hot, man.
This is Clara. So did you watch that figure?
Yeah.
You know,
like a politics.
Tina's jamming me like this. Tina's like, no.
She gonna go through Tottenham. She gonna go through Japan.
Jamming me one enough. She jabbed me and then went, hurry up. Get to the point.
We've only got an hour left.
Sorry, love.
You know what? I'm done. I'm done. You're right. I'm done. I can't take anymore.
So
I'm
they
getting up.
showed.
Oh, go outside, mama. She's fully crying.
It's twice now, isn't it? It's twice.
She's setting her off as well.
Girl.
It's twice. I'm on a podcast.
Yeah.
Right? Where we talk.
Oh, and I'm bloody no. Where you
I
start?
was saying, and I looked at there's 4 of us.
But then you already knows you didn't have to go there though.
She said there's 4 of us.
Because in case you don't know my life.
She said, how my life.
Right, so what was you saying?
Oh, wait.
Let me compose myself. Because I'm on a podcast.
You know what?
myself.
That's all right.
So I go on, old people.
No, it's gone now, isn't it?
No. Actually, just because you brought up Kamala and
Harris.
Oh, let's talk about it.
right, I ain't gonna lie. Because
She's
while
edging,
she
she's
was
pushing.
while she was VP, you didn't hear much
didn't
about
hear
her.
nothing.
So it was like, who is this woman?
Yeah.
Like she didn't, you didn't
Nothing.
hear much.
So she's been a judge.
And no. She was not a judge. She
She's
was
got
a
the credentials.
prosecutor.
She's got the credentials.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But now she's getting her voice, and now
Mate.
you're starting to hear
Yeah, I heard
it.
her.
And
I
she's
heard
got
her.
Trump running scared.
That
Equally,
no shade, but most VPs you don't hear too much about. Like when
No,
Biden was
no,
VP,
you're right.
I didn't hear too
Yeah,
tough
no,
about it
yeah.
either.
But
I just mean that
she's
white guy
got
for the
Trump
bum
running
around.
a bit
But
scared.
it's only because
You know
That's
why?
good. I
Because
like that.
she's a problem.
Mate,
Of course.
this is what they said.
She's a problem.
Yeah.
And
you
she
know-
knows her
But you
stuff.
know what really was upsetting is the running mate of Trump
Yeah.
throwing words like, "Oh, women that don't have children are called cat women." Who knows
Why she
hasn't
can't
had
have children.
Exactly.
How dare
They're
you?
bastards. This is why.
Well, let's take it a step
How you
further.
motherfucking
Let's take it a
dare
step
you?
further. Even Trump. Okay, tell me
The
how
black
you.
bit, I bet she's
Yes,
Indian.
how you know? But
I bet
how
she-
you know? Like, how you know?
How do you know? Because I know that was the
That
only
was what she was
thing.
trying to say before you got interrupted.
Because that's the last big thing he did.
Yeah.
All I was going to say was they showed a clip of before Kamala was basically put forward to run for president of Biden walking up the stairs. I actually thought it was I thought it was a boomerang. But the way he fell. He tripped.
That's
He
deep.
tripped. No, he was walking up the stairs.
Did you see that?
Yeah. I had to rewind it a couple of times.
Bless him. He had to go.
You know, but the cheek of him to even hang on for that long. You cheek of you, mate. You really think that man could do another 4 years?
Oh,
Guys,
they're rude.
He was
They're
walking
rude.
on to Air
That
Force
is very
One
rude.
up the stairs,
I looked at
and then
your-
he tripped, and
You
then
said
he
Air Force
tripped.
One. You know what? You said Air Force One. I looked at your
It's
trainers.
the only man I see that trip up the stairs, fall down
Mate,
the stairs,
yeah.
trip over on a flat foot.
It looked like
Yeah.
a boomerang.
He's just old.
Do you know what I
And
didn't
then
like
they
about
showed-
it?
And you know, actually, fun and joke aside, watching someone
It's abuse.
deteriorate-
Yeah,
What
it's
they were doing
terrible.
was
Was,
abuse.
you know, that's the
It
big
was.
word.
What they were
That's
doing
it.
was
That's
abuse.
it.
They were saying, we don't
Yeah.
care.
Let's
put
just
him up by
rerun it,
put a hanger in his suit and keep
Fucking
moving.
just keep him going.
Let's keep
Let's
going.
keep going. No, but that's
But
what
that's
they were
what he
doing.
feels,
That's what they're doing. They're literally putting a hanger up in his suit to keep him off, right?
Yeah.
and then sending him around.
It was awful.
Because
Yeah.
it's clear
Awful.
someone behind
He's
him had an
not
agenda.
capable.
Yeah.
No.
It's clear. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And he's your puppet. But anyway, that
All
side.
right.
But then in saying that, a lot of Democrats were actually saying, no, you need to step down, bruv.
Yeah, but I'm saying in the White House itself, the audacity of you.
Okay, in the White
To
House.
keep sending
because
this
a
man
lot of
out.
the people were like,
It's
he's
mad.
got to go.
Like, even when they had their little Trump and him, and it's like, it's just two old feet geezers arguing.
Yeah, yeah.
Both of
And
them
I
are
think
just as
that's why
crack.
Trump is running scared for not he's got his
He would have won against
he's
Biden.
got
for
his
sure.
base, right? The MAGA base,
Yeah.
right? But for those that are undecided, those that are probably
She knows her stuff.
right, and not only
Yeah.
that,
She's
he's also
love.
an old man.
Guys, you got to watch it.
Oh,
watch it. It was on
comparing.
Channel 4.
But anyway, nothing
Don't
upset
catch
me
up
about
with it,
this.
though.
And
It
you
was on Channel
girls
4.
can
Watch it. You'll enjoy it.
You guys can
Done
think
about
about
you
this.
two.
Why?
We will still enjoy it. We know it's a documentary, but
First
we'll
of
still
all,
enjoy it.
first of all,
No, you will.
Thank
Done about
you.
you.
first of
Yeah,
all,
no,
she wouldn't pay it.
no. You wouldn't enjoy it. You, I don't know.
No, but you know what I didn't like?
You might be watching them.
Trump
Hold
said
on,
something
right.
like,
Home and away, actually.
Trump said
Sorry, Lou.
before she was running, she was Asian, but now
Yes.
she's black.
Yes.
First of all, sir.
Yes. Which
First
one is
of all,
it? He's
apart
like,
from that, but first of all, white man, you do not get to discuss how a person
How
of
a
color
person of colour
identifies. That ain't no business, sir.
Thank you.
Because it's so nuanced. And I know this now, and I'm going to say now, because I've been with my husband for 18 years, being with somebody from the Caribbean, yeah, I know how diverse
Yes.
It
it
is.
is.
Yes.
You can look at someone who looks Indian,
Yeah, cool.
yeah,
And they would say,
Yeah.
and they're not.
yeah.
You can look at someone who's got an Indian mum and a black person but presents black. But either way, they'll identify however they
They
choose fit. But
It's
you,
my
white man,
prerogative.
do not get a voice.
No,
do not
no.
get to tell any person of colour
No.
how to identify. It's such a
But
nuanced
that-
conversation.
But that's the thing, though. The thing is, right, is that's the ignorance of him.
Entitlement.
No, and ignorance, right? He's so ignorant that he can make that statement
And
having
just-
no
yeah.
idea,
Yeah.
right? That actually you, Mr. Orange Man, have no right to tell
My
a
experience.
person how they identify.
Do you know how hard that is?
Exactly.
I was so. I know what annoyed me is that why
And
are
it's
more,
because he's scared
why
that
are
you're
more
saying-
people not getting that? Maybe okay. I'm gonna be honest. I'm probably a little bit triggered because A, I'm my husband, and
Yep.
B, my daughter's currently going through something where her friends are always kind of challenging her blackness
Yeah.
until they meet me. Obviously, then it's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Okay,
oh,
you black.
Well, you know what, right? I can't. I wish, but I don't speak to your daughter because when I was
Yeah,
growing
the same
up,
thing.
You're red. Sorry.
I
you're
was told I had
light-skinned.
Yeah, but that's the Caribbean term. No, but that is the Caribbean term. You would call her
it's
red.
fine. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But when I was in primary school,
Mm.
and I was bullied throughout the whole of primary school.
Wow.
Right? And
Are
it
you
was
serious?
Yes, pushed through a window, all sorts. Like, it was awful. Right? And a lot of it was about my colour, but it was because they were saying that I was mixed race. And so the term they used to call me was half cooked onion.
Half caste.
Right?
Half what?
Half cooked onion. was the term they
Wow.
used.
Half cooked.
Do you remember,
never
do you
heard that
remember
one
the
before.
term half caste?
Yeah, half
Yeah.
caste was
Which
something that
we
we
don't
all
like.
used up
Yeah,
until
half
a
caste
certain
don't
point.
do
saying
it.
that's so rude.
And actually,
Sorry, yeah, she's
you know,
half caste.
My dad is black.
Mm,
My mother is black.
mm.
Right? But maybe this is a slave master's influence.
But even so, we are
Right?
the Eve
But-
gene. We
but-
come out in all
but-
different hues.
But so what I'm saying is,
I
I
get it.
get what your daughter may be feeling because
Yeah.
it was horrible.
But equally, at least for
and,
her,
and even when you was telling them,
you're not listening.
Not my mum coming down and telling them.
I'm telling them that should be enough.
No. But for me, my voice.
Yeah, was it
Was
enough?
not.
It's
Was
not
not heard.
And
That's my point.
That's the thing that's damaging is that your voice is
not
not
enough.
heard.
But then
Right?
it's this conversation is so, and this is why I got triggered by Trump because this got nothing to do
Do
with
with
you, sir.
you. Yeah. How
Right?
dare you?
You've called black people all sorts of things. Now you want them to vote for you, and now on top of that, you're challenging somebody else's right to call themselves black. But more than that, there are so many people in this world who, like my husband, will tell you he's black, and the amount of times he gets challenged
about
on
it.
Well, that's what I'm saying to you because
Do you know
me and
what I mean?
Dominic ain't far off
Yeah.
the same colour.
Yeah. No, you're not.
You understand?
Yeah,
So
and I see how frustrating it is
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah.
Well, somewhat not for me, not so much now because I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I'm
No, but you know,
confident
there's
Yeah.
another layer for Dom is the accent.
Yeah.
So it's
But-
okay.
if you think about it, constantly
Yeah.
being othered.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
But
mean?
for me,
No, it's so true, you know
what I mean?
I think like after having to deal with all of that
Mm.
and spending years and years and years and years and years, fucking, you wouldn't even believe how many years in therapy, right? I now don't give a fuck what
Yeah.
anybody thinks about it,
Yeah.
right?
But unfortunately,
But
yeah,
I get for your daughter,
she's 14. Yeah,
right, who is being questioned, right? And I mean, for me, it's yes, you can go down and they can see you and say, "Oh, my bad." It's not about that.
No.
Her voice should be enough.
Her voice should be enough.
Yes.
And there's something about, which I'm sure you do, because but is for her to have the confidence to not say who she is, but say, I don't fucking care what you
But
think.
that comes with age.
No, it
and
does.
maturity.
It does.
Yeah.
I'm having the same struggle with my
And
daughter.
furthermore, even when after you say
That's the age
it takes an
Even
age
older
thing.
people can still struggle.
But even with her, she still has a certain level of comfort in the fact that you're telling me something. I'm clearly, like, you're telling me I'm this. I'm clearly not. Like,
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of confidence in knowing that. Like,
Yeah.
But can you imagine for someone who actually is mixed race,
Yeah.
who's been told how to identify, and you're like, nah.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's
or
the-
you're not
but
dark
that-
enough. You're
but-
not light enough.
Well, that's the thing though, because I cannot imagine what it's like to be mixed race because I'm not.
I
Yeah.
was watching.
So I have friends and I've had friends all my life that are mixed race. And some of them have struggled. Some of them have been okay, right? But I can't walk in their shoes.
No, but it's not about that. It's just like
my shoes are
no,
my
but I'm
own
saying
tribulations.
no. But what I'm saying is, it's your experience is your experience, but you equally know who
empathise.
you are. No, but equally you know who you are.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
There's something a little bit creepy about people still telling you who you are,
You are.
and you're not altogether
Yeah.
certain because everyone's dictating to you, and because
Yeah,
generally
what's
speaking,
right, yeah.
and because generally speaking, one of your parents is white, but the world is still telling
Telling
you,
you
how
are
to
this.
identify.
This is how you
It's
should
like
identify,
even
yeah.
for everything Nala's going
So
through, she
true.
knows who she is.
is,
There's no
yeah.
question.
No.
But for somebody else, it's like, no, I was raised by my black mum, and someone's telling you you're not,
black. Yeah, I am because my mum's
How
black.
do you get
My
to
dad's
tell me
black.
what I am?
So how did this conversation actually start?
Well, here's the thing. Nala's reached in primary school. Nala's black. There's no two ways about it. She was black. The kids at that age don't see anything
No,
other than they don't
exactly,
really see
for
colour.
real, yeah.
Then she's got to, and this is really weird. She's got into secondary school, and obviously I've not experienced this. I grew up as a black girl, blah 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 blah. So this is new to
Yeah,
me.
of course.
But she's gone to secondary school, and it's all the darker skinned girls pointing out you're
Okay.
light skinned. You're light, but it's twofold. They're almost giving her preferential treatment because of it.
Yeah.
Like it's, oh my god, Nali, your hair's so
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Oh my god, Nali, you're light.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
so
yeah.
now it's like you're almost, and then later on down the line, we're gonna be like, oh, light skinned girls think very highly of themselves. Yeah, because you told them.
You tell
to.
them to.
Do you know what I mean?
And now-
and
and
it's not
that's
just about
exactly-
blame me.
No,
You are telling
thank
myself.
you.
But you know
Yeah.
what? That's also the bullshit.
Yes, because
of
I was
high
going to talk
school.
about even colorism. Just even
No, that's colorism.
like,
That's
no,
true.
that's-
That's
no,
from
but-
their
but it's
parents
all-
and what they
but
see.
it's-
There we
that's-
go.
But there's also the bullshit of teenage kids in high school that are trying to find their
I've
own
got an
place
adult
in the
example
world.
to tell you.
Yeah,
in
but
a minute.
equally, that part of it isn't even a negative.
Can
You
I
lot are exalting her for something she didn't even know she
She
had.
didn't have.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Do you know what I
But
mean?
you're saying that it's the children. So I was watching Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. You got Spice.
But you're gonna say another
No, no, no,
documentary.
no.
I hope your friend can do a meme of me rolling my eyes.
No,
No, go, no,
you
this
can
is-
roll
go
your-
on.
This is
Yeah.
actually good. This is to do what you're talking about. You know of Erica Mena?
Yeah.
Safari's
Yeah.
right.
Oh, she's got a problem somewhere.
Right. So she's on the show. Spice, the Jamaican rapper,
Dancehall-
dancehall
dancehall.
queen. She's on the show. Okay, so she's been there for a minute. Now she's dark skinned. So her and Erica get into an argument.
Is
They're
Erica
meant to be
brown skin?
friends.
Oh,
She's
Erica
Latina.
lights me like
Latina.
you. So she's
Latina.
like, you know,
Latina.
Latina.
Yeah.
She's Latina. There
Yeah.
you go. They get into
But
a
clearly,
Barney,
there's a little black there.
right? And her kids are black because Safari's Jamaican black, right? But anyway, they get into a Barney. What comes out of Erica Mena's mouth is "you black monkey." Yes. Yeah, and Spice nearly died because she had sepsis
That's
from an
right,
operation.
in Dominica.
Yeah, right? Exactly. So all of that's on a show. So as much as you rolled your eyes, some of your chat sense. Take it back.
Did
Did you say take it back? Did you say take it back? Yeah.
So, go
So
on.
the point I'm making is even in the adults,
Yeah.
right? This is the point, it's all there because she came out blatantly, you black monkey. I hope you'd have died. This is
Well,
what
she's not.
this is.
Didn't Evelyn behave like that as well?
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yes.
No, but then
yes.
But
And these are there you go. So
But we
now
know
everybody
that-
on the show, and then hear her excuse. Afterwards, I blacked out. I don't remember what I said.
Okay, so much
Bitch.
Right? Literally, she said,
That's wild.
I
Slap
don't
the
remember.
bitch.
That's wild.
Spice,
But
and
we
then
know-
Spice
we
talked about
know,
what
but-
she's saying. So for you were bullied because you was light.
Yeah.
She was bullied because of her dark skin.
Yeah. But
I
we
don't-
know
I
there's
don't-
always been a class. There's always been a colorism
Yeah.
within the black community.
Yeah.
Of course,
It stems from
that's
racism,
definitely-
right?
But
Yes.
here's the
It stems
thing.
from slavery.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Because the
But my
lighter
thing
you
is-
are, the better
right,
you are.
You will live in a house slave rather than
Of
the
course,
exactly.
But my issue is what's happening now is in primary school, you're just a group of black girls.
Yep.
You've got in secondary school, and not only you've picked out something about her, and now you're almost exalting her for it.
Yeah, but
Like you
this is
didn't.
it.
That wasn't necessary.
No, but
Like-
you're expecting teenagers to have sense.
No, but then what's gonna happen is in 10 years' time when they're all at uni, they're gonna be like, "Oh, you think you're so nice."
But you
no,
did
but
that.
you're, but yeah,
But you did that.
But you played a
you're
part in making
responsible.
me
Yeah, but
feel.
you're responsible.
you are expecting these teenage girls to have sense and be able to see the
No, I
future.
hear what you're saying.
And
Yeah,
they
I
have
hear
no
what you're saying.
sense.
I hear what you're saying.
True.
But and then on the flip side, they take her blackness from her. It's always like, oh, Nala, you're white this, Nala, you're white this. No, Nala, you're mixed race. She's like, I'm not.
sorry.
But the
I'm not
unfortunate thing is that
fully-
you can't really. There's nothing
There's
you
nothing
can
I-
do.
I'm at home
There's
telling
noth-
her, and then
exactly.
Nala asked me,
I
"What's
just
hate
that?"
being
have
told I
to.
sound white.
You hate it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because what the fuck is white?
That's my whole point. I get it all the time. You sound
So
white.
should we just say
sound-
you sound like Tracy?
Fuck you.
Is that better?
Yes,
Do you
she
know
does.
what though? It's a fair point. Like,
No, but it's the
maybe we
truth.
do have to be
I
more mindful of
am a
the things
black
we're saying.
Yeah,
woman.
no, for real.
I'm
Generally
generally
speaking.
speaking, because I speak a
language is a-
certain way, does that mean, oh,
Apart from that-
so what's white? What's
No,
sounding
but then on the
white
flip
mean?
side, so what does sounding black mean? Because
Thank you. What am I supposed to say?
Bridging.
All right, bridge. All right,
No, but it's my point. When
No,
someone
I'm
says-
taking a piss.
when someone says to me, "You sound white," it's almost like saying,
because
because
you get it.
I'm black. I
Yeah.
sound black, kind of thing. You're trying to tell me because I speak well that I sound white. So you're trying to say
Or
That
All black
people
people
can't
can't
speak
speak
well.
well.
or
What's that? Simple.
because I might be give you a bit
Which
of, all right,
actually-
Charlie, how's it going? A bit
which
of cut me and all of
actually
that. Like
leads us-
Melanie said, I'm
sorry.
bilingual.
Which
I
actually
speak
leads
Cockney.
us, because I think we have to touch on it.
Oh,
Of course we are.
nicely to the right.
Oh,
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Look how we rolled into that.
in it
Because
smooth.
from the next podcast, we're at football. So
Yeah.
But here's
for
the thing,
real.
though. I was so upset. I was starting to feel. Are you right, love?
Having it off. I turned off the.
No, it's this, the drink, man. The
I was
drink-
having.
the drink got
I
to
was
me.
feeling quite dejected. It's probably the first time in the whole time that I've lived in this country, grown in country, that I've really felt othered because I've never experienced
Oh my
direct
gosh.
racism.
No,
okay.
Yeah.
So for me, it was just like, I can't believe it's happening again.
Can I say something?
I've
When
never
you say
experienced
you
that.
felt othered, the other day when I was going home from work 2 days ago, when I called you and I said I've got to go a different route because I was told all the bloody racists were going to be at Liverpool Street, I was on the tube and I felt othered. I felt like white people were
No,
looking
forget
at
that.
me.
You didn't have to wait till then. You were in the office, and then somebody said, "No, you won't bother you
Yes,
because you
yes.
said
Oh,
something."
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. So I was leaving to go and I called Tina, right? So I was like, T, where are you? Because she's been out on a piss up
On the
from-
lash.
On the lash from 12:30 with her manager, and it was 5 o'clock. But anyway, I'm like, where are you? Just make sure you get home safely because apparently this is going to happen. So I'm in the lobby and there's a colleague of mine, obviously a white guy, in the lobby. And then I'm talking to him and saying, are you going Liverpool Street? And then he says, no, I'm not going that way. And I was like, no, I wasn't talking to you because it doesn't affect you anyway because you're white. I said, you're a white man. Because it doesn't affect him. Do you know what I mean? Like the
But
riots.
actually, I also think that I don't necessarily agree with that statement.
But it doesn't affect me.
No, but
No, 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 no.
Melanie, in the
Why do
sense
you say
of-
that,
Listen
though?
to what I'm
Well,
saying.
I will
Okay,
try
go on,
and
go on.
explain.
Go on.
Because there are a lot of white people that aren't
Affected, yeah.
because they disagree.
Of course.
Yeah, but that's no.
Stop
That's
right
two
there.
different
That's
things,
not
though.
what I
That's
meant.
two different.
have to worry
about
going
my
home that
skin
way.
safety,
colour.
and that's period.
That's
point
what I'm
blank.
talking about. I'm not
Period.
talking about him. No,
It's not about worrying about the
And
situation.
I'll tell you why I say that. He's a lovely man, so I know he's not thinking like that. He's not racist
Yeah.
in any way, shape,
Yeah.
or form. Right? Get on really well. I'm not
But in
coming
terms
from
of worrying
that
about your
angle.
safety,
It is simply what I look like. Right?
Let's put it
This is what
simply.
they're doing, Mel. Mel, this has been an attacking. If you're walking down the street, they might call me all sorts of things. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So it wasn't about how he's
It's about that he
feeling
didn't
about
have
it
to
because
fear
I
anything.
know he doesn't
Whereas
agree
she's
with
had to
it.
find another way home. He doesn't have
Right?
to.
He doesn't have to.
And it's that simple.
Do you know?
He can choose to,
He could, because
Yes,
he's thinking of
but
his
he doesn't
safety, but
have
not
to.
He
because
doesn't
of his
have
color.
to.
and
It's
that's where the
just
difference
all the
is.
noise.
It's
and
like
whatever.
if someone was I'll give you another one. My husband went took our lovely dog for a walk. I love talking about my dog. But anyway, my husband took our dog for a walk, and this is night. It's like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. First of all, I could never
Do that.
take. And I said to him, "Oh, were you randomly?" I said, "Dominic, were you worried about getting RAPED'd?" And he was just like, "No." And I said, and that's a luxury for you. I've got to worry about anytime someone comes into my home, I haven't got just worried about being murdered or having. So I've got to worry about
Burgled or whatever.
not even just me. I've got to worry about
the
me
kids.
or any one
Even
of my
just being
daughters
going
being
out, like you're
interfered with.
saying.
And that's not to say men don't get interfered with,
Exactly.
but generally speaking, a man doesn't worry about getting interfered with.
But when you look at all the clips that I've seen of people being attacked, they've all been men.
Yeah, but you know, I think you're missing
They've
my
all been men.
No, but
I
you're
hear
missing my
what you're
point.
saying. But what I'm saying is they may not have fear, but they're the ones that I've seen.
No, but this is
being
very
attacked.
specific. I'm talking about being
She was talking about
interfered with.
Yeah, that's
Sexually
it. Not
assaulted.
even that.
Oh,
Yes,
sorry.
she just
Sorry, I
said
thought we
that
were
already.
talking
Yeah,
about-
she's
sexually
talking
assaulted.
about-
I'm saying
Oh,
my
you
husband.
have-
I didn't know that men. I thought that was a code. I didn't know
No,
that.
she
It was
didn't wanna
codes.
see. Yeah, just
But my point is,
you
my
know.
husband can leave my house, pop out 1 o'clock in the morning with the dog, and he might get robbed, fair dues. But he never considers the fact
Think
that
of
he's going to
that.
be sexually assaulted. Whereas as a woman,
That's the
top
first
priority.
thing. That's the
There's a man
first
won't
thing.
put
you
it
think
this way.
about.
Top priority.
Yep.
Let me tell you something. See
And
me,
then getting robbed, isn't it?
I've been followed. Yeah, I've been chased. I refuse. I was chased as a 12-year-old. Okay, but some nasty perv of a man in a sweet shop walks past me, touches my leg. I was with my
my
little brother, and he had
God.
his little bike. We lived at Broadwater Farm, and I tell you, my heart was beating out of my
God.
chest. This man chased me and my little brother to the lift of my home, of the flats where we lived. Got to the lifts. Luckily, there were people in the lift, and
Imagine how
that's
that
the
could have ended.
only
Imagine.
reason. I ran upstairs. I was shaking. I couldn't talk. So I've been
So,
followed as a
right,
grown up
okay.
at Hackney Downs.
So we're just talking about privileges.
So what we took, so
We're
sorry,
talking about privilege.
and I'm not dismissing your experience because that sounds awful, like really awful.
yeah.
And I didn't realize when you said RAPE, I
That's what
thought
we're
it was an acronym for something. I didn't realize that's what.
Bless you, love you, Belle.
And I know, fuck me. And I so I get the question, right?
Yeah.
And I suppose as I think, and so what we have is either the male and female violence that we know is real, and that I know. I couldn't even tell you my experience because it's so horrific.
Yeah.
Right. But I think I was thinking just in terms of the riots that's been happening, and where you said how it kind of made you feel, and not your experience, and growing up, being a baby in the 70s, and growing up and it being
You
rife,
experienced it.
and the thing is, these people are ignorant. We know that,
Of course.
right? But they're also crying out to be heard, right? And that's not me defending them, right? But there's something happening, and they want to be heard. I blame solely the politicians and the media. The politicians for dehumanizing asylum seekers, for absolutely blaming everything on the boats.
Yep.
Right?
I hear
When
that.
actually the boats, maybe if you're lucky, bringing 30,000 a year.
Yeah.
Right? Asylum and immigration is over 1 million, and most of them are work immigration. Right? It's not got nothing to do with these 30,000 people that's coming over.
But like, why are we calling it immigration? They're migrants. They
Right,
migrate.
right,
It's
right,
the
right,
point.
right,
Like,
right.
even
Right,
the-
exactly.
You're
Yeah.
black.
Thank
But
you.
you've got the Conservative Party that has used this as a platform
Yeah.
for them
And always
trying to
will.
stay in
Yep.
power.
Unfortunately.
We're gonna stop them. It's all this. So they think these little people are stopping them from getting jobs, right? Because you know what? I could be a neurosurgeon. So you taking my job,
You ain't got no GCSEs,
Exactly.
but
You have
take my job.
nothing.
right?
Literally.
I can't get a doctor's appointment. I can't get I'm on the waiting list for my operation, right?
So we need
I
you.
can't get my child into school, right? Because of the
You don't have
boats.
nothing. Yeah.
right, and which is why they're targeting asylum hostels and all of that.
Yeah, yeah,
right?
no, get
I
all of
blame
that.
solely the Conservative Party, Nigel Farage,
Yeah.
and their agenda, right? Because they won't fix the fucking problem, and the fucking problem is they've not invested in the UK, right? They've not invested in public services, right? The when they got into power and they talked about what they called it when they started to crunch all the numbers,
The budget? No.
No, what's the time they
Statistics?
No. When they started cutting everything.
Cutbacks.
Budget.
No, when they started cutting
I went cutbacks.
all the monies to the youth clubs, they started cutting the youth clubs, they started
But
cutting.
is there a word? What?
There's a term they use. and
Okay.
it's gone now because of menopausal brain. Right?
I hear that.
But
Good luck to me.
But they have been cutting for years.
Yeah.
Right?
Of course,
And
yeah.
now, because they've been pocketing all their money,
Yeah.
right? And now they want to blame it on these people who actually you've gone into their country, you've interfered with their fucking country, you've gone
Colonized
to war in their country,
how many countries have you
you've said,
colonized and you
right,
today
so
you want
then
to
they
say
have
what?
a right to be here, right? And then you've got these people who have not, most of them that are ignorant motherfuckers, probably can't read and write. But
Yeah,
they
thank
have
you very
no
much.
idea that if it weren't for Indian people, they would not have won the war.
Yeah, because
There's
it was
over
1.1 million
Indians
that
came
came
to
exactly.
fight for them. They
Did
don't
you
have
see
no
But
the
I-
shade?
I
Did you
do
see the
think-
shade borough thing? The woman who was saying, "I'm going to
Yeah.
educate you, you fucking racist." Yeah,
But you know, thing as well, you're giving them far
too
much.
much credit.
And I'm going to tell you why.
Tell me.
So if I don't get the job I want,
Yeah, because
as an intelligent person, I'm going to decide that racism is the
Is
way,
the way forward,
to
yeah.
get it.
Mm.
There are some idiots in
Yeah,
our
yeah,
country.
yeah,
There are
yeah.
some idiots in our country
Yeah.
who, yes, like I
Yes,
said, like-
politicians or whatever, but I'm with
yeah,
you
there's
on
some
that.
idiots in our country. Like, for
Politicians
instance,
play a
there
role,
is
of course.
section of our community, and I think it's like working class white boys specifically who are almost forgotten. Like when people were
But actually, they're not even working class. They benefit white boys.
okay, but I'm not talking about the boys themselves. I'm talking about their parents. But either way, think about it. There was all these things that came into play, like to help kids from ethnic minorities do well in school, blah blah blah. And there was a demographic of white boys who got forgotten. Cool, I get their frustrations. You're leaving us out. You're leaving us out. You're leaving us out. You're not doing nothing for us.
Mhm.
Those people, I understand the
Mhm.
frustrations. But if you really, really, really genuinely think majority of people who are throwing bombs and fireworks and
Do you know
burning
how old they
places
were?
where there are children, and
40,
if you
50s
think
and
those people are
60s.
looking at the people with children and going, it's because you've stolen our job. No, it's because I'm a racist, and this is a
right.
beautiful
It's a chance.
opportunity
It's an opportunity
to
to go and
take
do this.
Right,
Yeah.
the amount of times I listened to.
And can I add to that? Sorry, Lee,
Go
I'm
for
just
it.
going to add with what you've just said about the people.
Mhm.
The main people, the first person to be arrested was in his 60s, right? Sentence.
5.
There you go. And then they're all in their 40s. They said it's
And what's it got
the
to do with
right of the
looting?
40s, 50s, and 60s.
And what's it got? Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
So
it's
exactly,
not-
why
it's
are you
not-
looting?
It's just an
The question is,
opportunity.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Well,
to be who they really
you.
want to
Wanna
be.
be.
What I'm gonna say is right. So
For some
in the-
people,
in
it's
the-
just for
in the-
most.
So in the early 2000s,
Mhm.
right, early 2002, 2003, England at that point had the highest illiteracy rate in Europe,
Mhm.
right?
2000 and what?
2, 3.
Bloody
Right.
hell.
So,
Dumb fuckers,
and you
innit?
Not
know,
surprised.
if you can't read
No,
and
me
write,
neither.
you are gonna be the level of ignorance that we can't.
We
Comprehend.
can't have a
Comprehend.
conversation. We
But
can't.
I'm not.
you
I think
can't.
even then.
So
You-
what you've got left then is listening to certain types of people.
Okay,
Yeah, of
I'm
course.
gonna simplify it for you. I'm gonna really simplify. I'm gonna dumb it down. Yeah?
Dumb it down for me.
I'm gonna
because
dumb it down.
because I feel like I want you to dumb it down because we want the people in time to understand.
Let me dumb it down for you. Yeah, I'm gonna make it
I
so
love
fucking
it.
easy. Here's the thing. Yeah, to dislike another human being
He's dumb.
purely because of the color of their skin
It's
means
dumb.
one of two things. One of two things.
Yep.
One of two things.
One.
Yeah? First one, stupid.
Yep.
That's the
Second,
first thing.
intelligent.
Second
That's
one.
just dumb.
Second one, you're mentally ill.
Yep. Remember, she said this before.
I feel like there might be about 2 more.
But
I mean,
There's
they all
gotta be-
feed
there's
off of those
loads,
two.
yeah.
But
right?
it all starts from you're stupid
Yeah.
or you're mentally. To decide,
Yeah.
you dislike a human being that you do not know their character, you do not know their background, you do not know where they come from, you do not know the content of their heart, you do not know the content of their character. So if you decide
I don't
that
like
based
it.
on that, I do not like you, you're stupid or you're
Dumb.
mentally ill. And I'm
Most
gonna take it even a
stupidest
step
thing.
further. And some of these people, I've listened to LBC, and they'll be like, oh, she's not really from here. No, but she was born here. But she's not really from here. And
What's
that
that?
tells
What
me
is that
everything
exact
I need
about
to
you,
know.
about
I
what
will
you
never
want?
be from
But
this
yeah.
country for some
Isn't-
people.
yeah.
So
No,
my
that
presence,
isn't.
no, let me finish. My presence annoys you because my
Yes,
presence
sense.
takes your job. The
Yeah.
job that you're not qualified for, my
No,
presence
but
takes
wait,
it. And there's a big thing. In our country, we've got this hierarchy. There's a small amount of poor people, a medium-ish amount of middle earners, Then there's another, and then the dumb fucks are massive. loads of dumb fucks.
And
But-
go,
but
that's what
remember-
you're saying is
but-
about the
right, yeah,
Yep.
illiteracy,
Yep.
blah, blah, blah. But also, what you were saying,
Mm.
which I obviously agree with,
I'd
on
like to
some
think
level, is that is exactly how slavery started.
Boom.
They didn't.
Dehumanized.
They dehumanized us, right?
Mhm.
They targeted us,
Mhm.
right? And then all of a sudden, oh well, they can because they're no better than monkeys. Have you heard about the bell curve?
Yeah.
The what?
Right, the bell curve theory, right, which was written by some professor some time ago, and basically trying to compare black people to monkeys. Yeah?
Genuinely.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, no shade, no tea. Between like monkeys, the closer relationships with people from the Caucasus Mountains. I'm just gonna put it there.
Yeah,
That's scientific
yeah,
proven.
yeah.
But where the monkeys,
Yeah, we
it's
get-
because
yeah,
it's skin
yeah.
color,
So-
comparable.
But,
Yeah.
but it's been, like it's like I'm watching people be frightened, right? And I feel that we're in a position where we can't defend ourselves because they will fling us in jail just like they'll fling them in jail.
Well,
So,
that
go-
said, I have
Oh
hope.
gosh, but
I have
me
hope.
and you are literally
I
just
nearly
going from one
cried
when you
watching
saw
the news
see
and-
everybody coming
and they're
together.
singing "Racists Go Home, Immigrants Are Welcome." I nearly cried because the
It's-
police
yes.
are overwhelmed. They cannot with the numbers
No.
that people are
When
coming out. They
you
can't.
looked
But
at
when I
Walthamstow,
saw that,
when I looked at
eventually,
Walthamstow,
they
the
came out to
picture-
defend.
the people of Walthamstow. I said, them little people. That's why they didn't come out when they said they were coming out.
Did you see that
you
video?
how much people of
Did you see the
Walthamstow?
8,000?
I
Did you
saw
see
the
that video
news.
of that one guy? And he was like, "You don't go home," and the people around him were just taking the mix. There was no violence.
Yeah.
They just overwhelmed him.
No.
with their
And
you know
sheer
what?
Yeah.
What I-
numbers.
And you know
the
what I
police carted
really
them off.
liked is watching the man them on the street.
You know
as
why?
well.
You lot want to
That's
fight over
good.
super
This
postcodes.
is what-
Defend it.
Yes.
Defend
postcode.
it. Defend that. But that's why I said, you know what? They can't come to Hackney or
We said
or
that.
London already. Full stop. It's
that's
like what
risky
you talking
business.
about? Roadman now.
Keep that in the sticks,
postcode.
bruv.
Listen.
And you know what? It's on top of that, like I said, the sheer fact. Do
Together,
you know what bothers me?
solidarity
But
was
you know what
just
bothers me,
so
see?
beautiful.
I'll be honest, I nearly shed a tear.
No, it
but
was
you know what bothers
wonderful.
me, see? That the world was comfortable telling us, don't go to Liverpool Street because it might kick off there. The world was
Yeah,
comfortable
yeah,
telling
yeah,
us,
yeah, yeah,
without
yeah.
using the words,
Stay
black-
in your yard.
Yeah.
No, but the fact of the matter is, you know,
Or any person of
people
colour.
who are threatening to harm a specific group might turn up, and you're telling that group not to go there.
But
It's nuts.
I also have to say, and I have to caveat it because I just feel I have to, that so work let us out early because there's like everybody needs to get home
It is looking
safely.
after your safety.
Which is
didn't.
fine.
My
Which is
company
fine.
didn't. My
Which is
company
fine.
didn't.
I
Girl,
got
you
no,
better be
because we
working.
don't know
Haven't
where they're
even
going to
talked
travel
about
to,
it.
so it's fine.
Sorry, say
You know, but when I got to the train station, and they were, and you can't help but looking at all these white people, and you start judging them. You're looking at them
gosh,
and
I can see
saying, "Well, you
everything,
look like you
Tina.
could be a thug."
Taking a
Right?
Yeah, you don't
And-
want to go.
but
It's a slippery
all
slope.
of them were also, I think, really uncomfortable thinking that we might think that about them
Yeah, yeah.
because they're not that way inclined.
Yeah.
And you kind of sat there thinking, you know what?
It can't be great for you guys either.
Hmm?
Can't be great for you
No,
guys either.
because they're looking at me. We're side-eyeing each other because I'm side-eyeing.
No, but
them
you're the human part of you is like, it sucks for me, but I can see it might suck for you too.
because they're not that way inclined.
Yeah,
and
but
and
then-
they're being almost like we are. We're tarnishing them.
But don't you also feel like
The
every
roadman, then,
time
you mean?
Yeah,
no,
but,
no, I'm just talking about the.
but, generally,
on the
but don't
train.
you also feel, and I'm going to use Muslims as the example, every time one Muslim does something,
They
they're all
all get
told
blamed.
that, do you denounce it? I don't know that motherfucker. I don't denounce
Oh yeah,
shit.
thank you.
So if we're going to use that same logic, maybe be really loud about denouncing what's going on so that it makes us comfortable. Remember that time I told you that thing about going above and beyond to make somebody else comfortable?
Yeah.
No, but and I agree with you. But I think, there has been so many examples of white people being out
Yeah,
there
yeah.
on the top of their voices,
Yeah.
saying "not in my name."
I think that's a
Oh,
really
absolutely.
recent thing. When it was going on for days, I was like, "Rah, is no one going to back it?" It was yesterday. I was like, "Okay, I'm good."
Do you
Y'all
know
got
what
me.
though? Can I just say something? Do you know why that is though? There's a lot more diversity in London than there is
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
the
Yeah,
outskirts.
that's the
So
thing. Yeah.
that's why you're gonna
That's
get
why I was
that.
like, they really said they're gonna come walk.
That's
through.
why
Like,
it's
yeah,
like,
exactly.
why
Get
are
a
they
I was
life.
like, you
Yeah.
know what?
I'm gonna keep it
No
a buck
one's
though.
died yet.
But I'm gonna
You
keep
know
it
what I mean? But there's a
I'm gonna keep it a
positive-
buck, yeah. Even I'm so grateful that we had allies, but in London,
Like,
we
come on.
don't
man.
need you.
We don't.
That's what I'm
We're good.
saying.
We're good.
This is
We're
what I'm
good.
saying, like,
Yeah.
What we
Right
did need
here.
you when that poor black man was walking across and those 25 man
Did you
them
see
jumped him.
that?
He swung and swung and swung. I
Did
was
you
like,
see
my
that?
guy.
Yeah,
My
he
mum
said, I'm
said,
not going
my
down. I'm not
guy.
going down
He
without
didn't,
that.
he didn't run. He didn't. He said,
no.
You know,
Let's go.
You know what my mum said?
We're
My mum
doing
said,
this.
you know what?
I didn't
right?
see it.
My mum said, Jamaican people. My mum said, you sure you're not Jamaican? Right? Because we were brought up that when there's a pussy, you grab all the one.
That's it.
Why you
One
say,
with you.
That
"Nigga,
one.
no, you're
Yeah,
coming with
with
me.
me.
For
If I'm
sure,
going
for
down,
sure.
you're coming down.
Right.
Yeah.
And,
Yep.
and that's how I grew up.
Yeah.
And I saw
So,
something else.
For all the licks I'm getting, you
You're
are getting
getting
you.
getting a lick.
And I saw one guy. Again, the police were like coming up the road, but they hadn't quite reached them yet. And they were coming for this black guy, and this Asian guy jumps in.
Yeah,
to
yeah, I
back
saw
it.
that clip.
And I was like,
Guy.
but even
Two
so,
Asian
but that's
guys-
it.
two Asian
The
guys
black guy
though.
swung, white guy goes down. Next one comes, swing. I was like, he's got this though. He's alright.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
alright.
Wait, you know what's proper? You know, I couldn't. I
It's on the
just
news,
thought-
isn't it?
No, I know, but
Yeah.
I don't like watching too much.
No. I don't like watching, but I could not.
No, I watched
not
bits
watch.
yesterday.
Do you know
and
what?
Because
then-
it's our people.
No,
But how
no,
did you find-
I watched bits.
How did you
the
guys
10 o'clock,
find
whatever
the
news?
juxtaposition? Because I'm watching on the news. I'm in my car listening to it, and I'm
Right,
driving
I
through.
need to go to the toilet
And I'm
again.
driving through the
You know.
quiet streets
Nothing to do with
of
me.
Chadwell Heath, and it's not kicking. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's in, I'm looking like my neighbours wouldn't do that to me. They wouldn't. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm
no,
driving
for
my
real,
car,
don't
do that to me.
No, for me, it's not thinking my neighbours wouldn't do that for me. That's not what I think. I think, would my neighbours defend me?
I'm not even worried about that part.
Yeah.
Because
Because
for me,
if,
it's more
if
the
a
whole.
bunch of guys come up and rush me, are they gonna
You're
run
gonna
out
be
like the
beside
Asian
me.
guy and say,
No,
what are you
doing?
doing?
Do you know what?
For
That's
sure.
that part. I don't think my thought process even got that far. My thing was more. I don't think they think like that. Okay, well, I'm good. They're not aligned with this stupid way of thinking. That was more my comfort than anything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for me, it's like, are they? You know, like if I'm in my house and the march is happening, and I see a bunch of black, I'm probably gonna run out there and try and defend them.
Of course.
Yeah,
and
for
try
sure.
and help them.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Would they do that for me?
That's a question.
But you got
And,
to remember.
and I think, as opposed to thinking that they agree with them, I don't think
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But are
Would
they
you defend?
gonna
Yeah, are you gonna
have
be
my-
beside me?
Are they
right
going to be
there?
my ride or die for
Yeah,
that
exactly.
You
day?
know what? Equally, I've got friends that I know if it kicks off.
Yeah, mate. Trust
Like, let me tell
me.
If it kicks off and I'm with you, best believe I'm
I'm
back in it.
back in it for
But
sure.
equally, I've got friends that I know I've got to go. Right, there's 5 of them. Me and her here, but technically it's just me. Can I take them? Because I've got equally
No,
got
but
friends
you
who are
see,
just not.
so
who
just
just
don't
it's
wanna
not their,
leave,
it's
yeah.
just not how they are.
Exactly.
No, so I grew up, right? And I grew up, and I remember my mum telling me as a youngster, because I'm ever defending anybody that I'm with. If a rock happened and I'm with you,
That's it.
we're rolling.
We're doing it together, innit?
Right?
I'm not
Of
going to watch
course,
them do it.
Dan.
So my
They're
mum would always say, know who you're walking with.
Yeah, but sometimes
Right?
it-
Because if you walk with the wrong person, they're gonna rock
gonna
for no reason, and you're gonna want to defend them.
yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
no,
But
But we're adults now at this point as well, though.
So
do you know what I mean?
no.
I
I'm
might
saying-
confuse it for you instead, darling.
right.
But I'm not.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm
But I
not
used
getting
to know
by
this.
it.
See, now big
Exactly.
damage.
You know what I mean?
You've got to know that if I'm walking with you and something's happening, I'm gonna defend you. I'm gonna have your back.
So be mindful of what you're doing.
Right. So, but also I need to know that you're not a trouble. If you like,
You're not a
No,
trouble,
yeah,
trouble.
but carry on
Exactly.
doing it,
Exactly
yeah,
what I'm saying,
carry
yeah.
on doing it.
Because I'm gonna protect you. I could get stabbed.
But don't be
in
stupid.
protect-
But I'm gonna
Yeah,
lie, in
don't
them
be
situations, no, but I'm
stupid.
gonna lie, in them situations, I'll be like, let me just text my friend 1 sec.
There's no need.
What's
We
wrong
don't
with
need
you?
to take
They
this to
outnumber
exactly.
us.
Trust me.
Relax.
Yeah.
She's sorry, let's go. Or I'll
Just
defend
take
her.
your
She
hand
didn't
with-
mean nothing by it.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's keep it popping. I mean, you know who people's are, but I also know there's people I have that just not confrontational. In a situation like that, they'll be like, "Look, we go. Please, let's
No,
go."
and I have my.
So you know who your
missus-
friends are?
My missus is a
Exactly.
pacifist.
Yeah.
Right. So she's not. She would rather. So I know if I'm out and something happens, I side eye and I think, you know what, I can't even get into an argument because she's a pacifist. She's not.
Exactly. You don't know who
Right?
you're with.
So because I don't want her to.
But you
be
wouldn't
all-
feel no type of way if she didn't jump in because you know who she is.
No, because I know her.
Exactly.
Right. And I don't want anybody to fight my battles and get hurt. Right. If I'm going in, I'm going in. It's because I'm annoyed, not because I think, oh, Clara's got my back, so I can go in and behave like some kind of thing.
Yeah, but we're adults, so hopefully people don't behave. Hopefully people
Well,
don't behave.
that's
like
clearly
that.
not the case, is it?
No, but hopefully.
riots are proven-
No, but those people
But these are
different
dumb.
breeds.
These
That's
are different people.
The sheer fact that they're out on a Wednesday, they got no job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, one
that-
lady talking
that
about,
was my thing,
One,
though. I
one
was
lady
like,
talking
how
about
they got-
they're stealing my jobs.
So
Bitch,
wait,
you got no teeth.
exactly. Wasn't it the guy who was interviewed? Apparently, I didn't see it, but I
Yeah,
heard
go on.
about it. But yeah,
it's the
yeah,
one
right.
that
But
said-
have you got a
it's
job?
the
And he goes,
one
no, I don't have a job. And it's
I've
like
got-
because of criminal
I've got a
record.
criminal record. Yeah.
No, but it's the one that said, you know, they take my job and the man he's talking to is a neurosurgeon. So can you be a neurosurgeon?
Facts. So you don't have a GCSE. Relax.
Thank you. They're so dumb.
Woman saying they're taking our jobs. You can't find the dentist. You clearly can't find a job.
And so,
Exactly.
And so,
When I say
Yeah.
so
it was just
and
titty here.
One of the things.
Lou said you can't find the dentist. You can't get a job.
I swear to a grown woman.
Are you
Yeah,
They
serious?
chat so much
She ain't got
rubbish.
nothing in her
And she's
mouth.
talking about
me.
jobs.
Gummy.
You know how you see them little 6-year-olds when they lose to
Gummy.
213?
Oh.
Gummy.
That's what she looked like.
I think she lost 4.
Oh.
And she did. And she looking very. Yeah, you're right. It was 4 because it was
You know,
tiny.
it's
From the
interesting.
side.
Canines,
Isn't it?
canines.
But isn't it interesting that actually it is those uneducated dumb fucks who are out there?
And the thing is,
doing
there's a
what's
lot of them.
educated. Because it's like,
Educated dumb fucks don't do that
that's
shit.
what I'm saying.
Exactly.
And
They'll be
like,
out there talking.
You people didn't even cover your face. If you do have a job, you're screwed.
Exactly.
So,
Because yeah.
Because the internet will find you.
Yep.
Yes.
One lady said, one man said he was crying. I lost my job and I was drunk. I was like,
You're
fucking
idiot.
What, he lost his
What?
job
And
and he
people
was
chat
drunk?
so much rubbish.
So in the right.
But that's something as well. I think what that guy did to those girls was deplorable. But you know,
Totally.
but you know what? There was one of the girls there. I'm pretty sure.
Was she not
She wasn't
English?
even
No,
English.
not the middle girl.
So all this
In the picture, I was thinking
they're coming over. Furthermore, that black boy
But in saying
was
that,
Was he born here?
It was an English
It
guy.
was
Yeah, he
born here.
But
he
I
was a
do wanna
Christian,
say-
so it's got
Nothing to do with the
Muslim.
Muslim and blah blah. Like
But I do
Hindu
wanna say,
also.
'cause
No.
we've got 5 minutes to go. But I do want to say we're talking about the riots. But I want to send out to those parents of those 3
Oh
children.
my
that got
gosh.
Yeah,
killed,
it's deplorable.
right? Because this is what started it, and I don't want to forget you.
No.
True.
Right? Because
No.
they've,
So
they've
true.
already
They've already
So
taken. They've
true.
forgotten about
what's
that.
happened,
Exactly.
right?
They have
And
forgotten
I-
and taken
and
to a whole
I
different
wanna
level.
just
Do you know what?
say,
That's exactly
right,
what I was thinking of,
You have
Melanie,
I
forgotten
just want to
yesterday.
say that for me, I can't. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
Right?
No, for
I
sure.
cannot imagine.
No way.
It's not. It's
awful. And
unimaginable.
your children, maybe all of them, all the fuckers that's happened is forgotten. I haven't forgotten about 3 children.
Yep.
that
Yeah.
have
And the adults
killed.
that
And
went
the
out.
adult, the
That were
every
at-
yeah,
And the woman,
ones that
the
are
teacher,
injured.
and the ones that
Workshop,
injured,
right?
absolutely.
Mm.
And
In
the
defending them.
others that were
Mm.
injured, right? We mustn't forget them.
No way.
But equally as well, part of me is just like, okay, I do feel like there needs to be stricter, stringent. We got to protect our kids.
I agree,
That part of the
100%.
writing, I agree with.
Yeah,
we do
you've
need to
got to protect our kids.
But we also need to protect them from people that kill babies, like Lucy Letby, who's white.
Thank
We also need to
you.
protect them from that little black boy that went to a private school that got slashed up with a sword.
By those
Kids.
12-year-olds.
The
But what
question
I'm
We
is,
also
saying-
need to protect those girls that were shot with a bow and arrow
Yeah.
very
But this-
recently. Who's
but-
attacked
but
by
this
the
is
one.
the thing,
These are
yes.
people that all
But
know the
this
bottom
is-
line is, as a society, we're not protected enough. I watched this thing recently. I love my thing about serial killers and stuff like that.
Austerity.
Austerity,
That's
that's
the word
it.
I was looking for. Austerity.
And this
Right,
guy,
yes.
and this guy who was locked up
No, it's
maybe
come back
about
to me as you
4
said it.
or 5 times. He clearly had mental health issues, but he was locked up about 4 or 5 times, and each time he was released, he clobbered somebody over the head, released. He stabbed a young girl whose parents actually gave the guy a job, again, released.
Yeah.
He killed one of the inmates at his mental assignment, again, released. And that's symptomatic of how many times you're letting out somebody who is
Unwell.
So can I tell
unwell.
you?
You're
So
not
if you-
protecting us.
So
Well, like the guy that did the stabbings in Nottingham when he killed the 3 university kids, and he had mental health
Yep.
and it wasn't being addressed in the way it should have been. But and I have to go back, the cuts to services that the
been a
Conservative
lot.
Party did
Yeah.
means that there's not the service to look
Provide
after
that
these
for
Well, in
Yeah.
fairness, the
people.
case I'm
Yeah.
talking about
But so-
was years before that. So it's not, for me, yes, I hear what you're saying, but it's just a bigger picture about the rights of the one versus the rights of the many sometimes.
Mm.
Well, the problem is, right, is we live in a society that says if you are unwell, you should be tried to be made well, however that may look. Whether you're in a rehab or whatever, however it may look. I can't say, I'm not going to advocate, it's however it may look. If you are not given the resources, whether it's Conservative, Labour, Liberals, Green Party, whatever the fuck party it could be,
Mm-hmm.
if you are not given the resources and you are not employing enough people to try and help these people or try and do whatever. I remember the job that I do. If we're not given the resources, then
Yeah, I guess
things
you can
slip through the
speak more from
net.
that point.
Yeah,
Your job
and
as
as
well,
I'm saying to you, it's not. And I believe if you do a crime, you whatever. I'm not trying to defend anyone. What I'm saying is you wouldn't even want to know the amount of unwell people that are running up and down the streets,
Yeah.
right? Because there's not enough resources to look after them or try to make it a little bit better. That's all I'm saying.
But I'm just talking about there needs to be a shift in terms of sometimes when you look at someone is presenting themselves, you've got to say, okay, are they danger to themselves? All right, cool. Are they a danger to everybody
Can I add
else?
to that? Can I just add something,
sometimes you
please?
don't
Can
know.
I
And
add
No, but
a
I'm talking
point?
about a situation where they've hurt somebody.
Yeah.
So adding to what you're saying, so about even vetting, for instance, the cousins guy, the copper, yeah?
Yes, exactly.
So the things that were missed, and
I
yeah,
think
I'm
there were
going
multiple
back, right,
complaints.
exactly.
And that's got nothing to do with funding.
That's my whole
No,
point,
no, I
right?
get you,
So
I get
I'm
you.
more talking from the perspective of what you were saying, Lou. Right? I watched the documentary on him the other day. They had one on Channel 4. I love a documentary. I do.
I know why she's laughing. It's because she started talking about it and then let us know that she likes it.
She does the documentary. She does.
I can't be mad. I said the same thing.
These bitches
I
are
said the same
haters.
thing. No, that's
coming
why
at
she's
me.
laughing. I know why she's laughing.
I just laughed.
So I do
because
love
of
a
your
loves
documentary.
documentary.
Anyway,
Yeah, go on.
the man was a peeping Tom. He had basically revealed himself to people.
Yeah.
He had been inappropriate with many women. He had been inappropriate with other colleagues in other professions.
Yes. And that's the thing.
that was never picked up when he went to be a policeman with the gun.
But you know what? That's
Right?
because it's
The police
a
office.
misogynistic world, and they don't listen
Do
to
you know how
women.
many officers? Do you know how many officers offend?
Yeah.
I didn't even know you could be an
Yeah.
officer.
Yeah.
of a-
Well,
No, but you got to catch her.
This
They
is
gotta
what I'm
catch ya.
saying, but the vetting's got to be better, and that's where it's all fucked up
I don't
everywhere.
mean about the mindset's got to shift. Are you a threat to society?
That's my.
Boom, boom, boom. Sometimes it's not about the individual. It's
Yeah,
are you
but
a threat to
to be
society?
And then all of a
But
sudden,
there's a
I know
lot of
that
these
comes
cases
into
that
it.
look at the
To be fair,
individual.
things generally ratch. So when I say ratch up. So generally, I'm a shoplifter, right? So I might not be considered to be a threat to society because all I do is steal a packet of crisps.
Yeah, of course.
But I
Standard.
start to ratchet up.
Yeah, but the minute
And
you
so
lick
you
somebody,
might not know initially.
No, but I'm talking about you don't go from being a shoplifter to being a murderer. There's something.
No,
in between.
something. Yeah.
But what I'm
You've
saying
licked someone in between, and in that in between, someone
there's
else has
things
decided.
in between, and that's the whole point.
But that's the point. What I'm saying about funding.
I think it's a mentality shift. I do agree with you.
Funding, I
But it's a
agree.
mentality thing as well because the
Yeah,
minute
but-
one woman complained about or a colleague,
No,
well,
but
both
that-
police officers,
no,
even the
but we know-
misogyny,
but
even
we
the
know
misogyny
the
part. Wait.
police are
Even the misogyny part of it. You're both police officers. Where's the camaraderie
it's
there?
not-
Oh, there's a police officer woman talking on the documentary, and she's saying about how her other colleague, who's superior detective,
Said relax.
Yeah, but
right,
it's
touched
an
her,
old,
raped
it's an
her,
old
had
boys club,
sex
innit?
with her, and he told her, like, who's going to believe you? But you know what he did beforehand?
You had a conversation with him.
No, he told he had like almost make it look like she's crazy. So he almost like had created these narratives. So he backed him. He had, if you had to go back for evidence, it's like, well, actually, she sent me this or she did this. So the word almost he set this narrative of she's crazy.
She's crazy.
And there was another one where I think they actually were dating for a little bit. And because they were dating, all her credibility went out the window the minute she
And
said,
that is so that is so wrong. And it
if I
like
make a complaint, investigate it
Thank you.
thoroughly.
Thank you. So,
yeah,
and
because
that's
he's a
why
man.
we'll have
We're
to say
talking
that
about
because
them
it
as
says
you
what
know.
you were
But this
just
is what I'm
saying.
saying.
You let
is
them off. You
it
let them
is-
off. You
it-
let them
of
off.
course, it is about funding and mental health, but some people are just bad. It's not just about mental health.
It's
Some people are
not.
just bad.
But
Exactly.
this is it. And
You
then
just
you
not
let
being
them
people,
off and
people.
off and off,
Yeah.
and you let things go.
Because-
and it's just like,
And there comes a point where it's like, you're a danger to society.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, you've hurt this person, but you've also hurt this
but
person.
guys,
You are a
think of
danger.
for the people that are here to serve.
Yeah. You're not
The
just talking
person
about the
who is
people.
here
Yeah.
to serve you and the community and protect
You
you
don't feel safe.
from harm, they're the ones who are causing the harm.
Yeah.
You're going into places, you're stopping of women or because what? You got a badge.
Yep.
I tell you what, the uniform does. Oh,
It
And
does a
it's
lot
got to the
for-
point where
yeah.
now, because it's happened enough, that people are saying, if you get stopped by the police as a woman, you don't have to. And you should signal a. Do you know how mad that is? You should
Yeah,
signal
imagine
a
that.
bus driver or
Imagine that.
the other to be with you, or call the police station and check the condition.
Imagine
I
why
shouldn't
do I
have to do that.
Because you
I
lot
should be-
should
you've been
vet
making
your
me feel
people
yeah.
clearly before
Haven't
you
done it.
employ
Let
them.
me
Haven't
tell you
done that
something now,
job.
yeah. If I get stopped at 1 o'clock in the morning and they say get out the car, I'm like, you are too
Did you not hear
Men.
V Chanda's in Zambia when
I
V
know,
Chanda told a
yeah.
story
What's she
of when she was in Zambia at night or
Got
whatever the
chased.
grain and they got chased and these coppers, people like Harmy, whatever, with her sister, and they were asking them to get out of the car. They were like, "We ain't getting out of no car. You mad?"
You're crazy.
If there's
2 o'clock in the morning, they're
two
mad.
male police
right?
officers, I'm telling them now, I'm going to say it just like this. I do not feel comfortable getting
No,
out this car
it's
with
simple,
you
two men.
I don't know who you are. I don't know if you're definitely genuinely in your heart. I don't feel comfortable. Find a woman or ring me.
How about let's do this? Let's drive to the police station.
Yeah,
And have
let's be
conversation there.
there.
Yeah.
And if you still want to
The
do that, let's do
nearest-
it.
Yeah.
But my point is, you know how mad that is.
That's what I'm saying,
Exactly.
Lou. If it's a whatever joke, but you shouldn't have a police officer stops you trying.
And I will say to him,
Backstab,
I ain't
hire
trying to look for no Mr. Cousins shit, bruh.
Do you know
So
what I
you know
mean?
what I'm talking about.
Do you know what I mean? Just so you know where I'm going with this.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's nuts. It's nuts. The levels that you have to.
And this is what I mean by what happened to those girls is disgusting.
Absolutely.
What happened to that
The
little boy at the end of
society is
term
honestly.
is disgusting, but it's
Yeah.
not racially
I thought
motivated.
of that. As you
It's-
said, I was sitting at home and I was looking at all this news, and I'm like, these idiots are all out. And all I thought about was the parents of all those 3 girls, like
Yeah.
you said,
Yeah.
right? And I said, well,
Imagine that,
these
not in my
people are
name, not
running
my
up.
child's
Thank
name.
you. And here, what are the
You're
parents
doing-
going
that's
through?
what they're doing.
They're
Most
saying
craziest
it's not in our
things.
name.
Yeah.
No.
But then
And
more
how
than-
dare
And
you?
actually, they've forgotten about the children completely.
It
In
wasn't
fact, they've
about the
taken
children.
off-
Let's be
No,
honest.
it's
It wasn't
not.
about
They just
the
wanted.
kids.
It's like you've used this as an
They're
excuse
that
to just
word
be
that you like to use,
absolutely.
Mel. That's what they are.
You know, just you're going out there looting. You just want to go and get whatever little bit that you can get out from the shops or whatever.
Exactly.
It's not what because
it's not-
somebody,
it's
this
not-
happened.
It's
It's
not-
just
I watched a
And you
man
don't know
buy-
whose car you're smashing up. That could be a white man who.
Exactly.
You don't know. You just
you
heard.
have
it.
no. Yeah,
That's
you
what I'm
just
saying.
want to be
Ran out
mad.
of Greg's with the sausage rolls in his
Yeah,
hand.
like come on.
Imagine
What's
losing
that
your
for?
imagine losing your liberty over a
Wait,
sausage
the
roll.
man,
Or fake
the
crocs.
man went and
Or
looted
fake
for
crocs.
Greg's sausage roll. Dumb.
Mate.
And the thing is, they're not
Dumbasses.
even smart enough to cover your face, you
Nah,
dumplings.
mate, they just walking out
So
there
ladies,
because they think
Hold
Yes,
on,
it's
I've
the
got a
liberties, thinking
very
because I'm
good-
white,
We're
I'll
about
get
to
away
finish
with
now.
it.
I was when they come, we'll switch off. I was talking to my
No, but it's true. So we do.
no, it's true. I was talking to a colleague today at work, and he knows that we do our podcast. So with all this rioting stuff, and then he kind of was like, "Oh, I'm sure they're gonna come for you guys. You like got to be mindful now, innit? You know, because you're." I turned around and I said to my
So?
brethren,
You know
"Do you think? Do you know who me
Bring
is?"
it on.
Do you know what's
Right,
wrong?
not even that. That's why I said. I
But
just
I
said. I said, well, why
wondered-
would I stop
Yeah.
doing what I'm doing
Where?
and being
because
honest?
of some
Sorry, the
racist
problem- I'm not the
person
one
out
with the
there
problem.
or who's got
But
no
also,
They're
brains.
the one with the
Part of me does
problem, so they
wonder,
can jog on.
Would he have said that to a fella of a podcast?
I do wonder.
Well, there's a question about that.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely, because I'm like, how are you going to say, well, the racists are going to, you know, possibly if they listen to you, like,
if you're racist,
If
I
you're
guarantee you.
listening-
If you're racist, I guarantee you, you're not
you're
listening
not
to four
listening to
black
women,
women.
talking.
Yeah.
End of.
If
For
you're
sure.
a normal human being who likes to hear a bit of banter, a bit of sports, a bit of
Then you
prosecco,
hear
you're
it.
listening to
Yeah.
us. But if you're a
Absolutely.
racist, I guarantee you,
You
You
you're
ain't listening.
No.
And if you are,
And if you are,
And you know what?
low-key, you like
Get
us,
a
innit?
lighter.
Hey,
Exactly.
that's the word.
Exactly. Yeah,
Low
for
key, you be
sure.
like, damn,
Yeah.
them girls
You like us, innit?
So,
I get
you
it.
know what? If you take the time to listen to me, to argue against me, thank you.
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely.
Girls, what do you do on the internet now? Because if I see something, I don't know how on the social media you are specifically, because I don't know, but the rest of you for sure. When you see something you don't like, okay, do you comment or do you
I don't. Generally.
comment?
I
Or
don't
you-
do anything.
That's my point. When I see
I don't.
something I don't like,
I just
don't.
move
I
on.
don't,
I don't
do
engage
anything.
with it.
I
I
don't
don't.
do
Or
anything.
I switch off.
I
It's
keep
But
not-
my point
yeah.
is, when I don't like something, I just don't engage with it.
Absolutely.
And if it's someone that I'm following, because as you know, I'm on X,
Unfollow.
I just unfollow.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
I'm-
Oh my gosh,
you-
that's been
I
happening
was
so many
following-
times
wait a minute.
lately.
Yeah, you
I
know
was
what I mean?
following Erica Mena. The
following
moment
people.
I watched
Oh,
that episode of her calling
become
the
my
Spice
new
Black
thing.
Monkey,
Boom.
I was like this on my iPad, and I thought, yep, Erica
done with
Mena,
you.
let's find you, bitch.
done with
and
Erica Mena,
follow.
you're
But what's
I'm
scary
done
about
with-
what she did is you have black children.
This
Yeah,
is the thing.
exactly.
God knows
and
what
then
you're
they
telling
will
them.
be able, they will hear you
Guys,
say
I
that
have to say it was a
about.
big thing because even the rest of the
It's
cast
mad.
were like, when they all heard about it, they were like, she did what? She's like, you're my best. I'm black. Your kids are black.
Mhm.
So for you to even say, oh, you blacked out. No, bitch.
You know what I mean?
didn't
Remember
black
people
out.
saying, "Oh, but I spiced out it because she talked about her kids."
No, that does not
but here's the thing.
warrant-
But then here's the thing: insult her, cuss her out.
That's my whole
But you ain't got to be a
Exactly,
racist.
you got
Yeah,
to
no,
be
but
racist,
my sister
exactly.
No, but
that
you
what
see,
the
and
son
I
that
will
don't
go-
like you.